Oh, well, once again, Brother Steve from Hollywood, California. Woo! What a great happy President's Day. Let's just get that out the way first of all. Happy President's Day. And we're praying for President Jimmy Carter. Amen. President Jim, my favorite president has been just a good guy. Just president. Let's add some light to the subject here. All right. President Jimmy Carter. We're praying for him and for his great, wonderful recovery. He's done so much for so many years. Everybody, we're just so glad to see you all today. The gospel stage play, God is trying to tell you something. How long have I waited to get this cast on the show? Well, guess what? We've got some of the cast members on the show today, and they're going to talk about the big stage play coming to Stockton, California. Stockton. And guess what? I think I'm going to add a little surprise today, too. We're going to share some breaking news today. We've got some great cast members from the play. God's trying to tell you something. This play is been around for decades, and it's still going. It's still selling out around the country. Over 4 million or more have watched this show. You've got to see it. Well, guess what? This is the best place to see it now. Why? Because you're with me. And you're with me, you get to see some of the actors and actresses up close and personal. And what makes it even gooder, they may sing something for you today. Brother Steve from Hollywood, California. Share right now. If you share, I may have something for you too. Stay tuned.
From Hollywood.
Yo, DJ, are you done mixing yet?
Your DJ has only just begun.
Hello, I'm Bishop T.D. Jakes, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hey, it's LaToya Luckett, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
This is Rance Allen, and you're watching my friend, Brother Steve TV.
Hey, y'all, this is Landry Johnson, and you're watching Brother Steve TV.
Hi, this is Rodney Darkchild Jerky. This is Chris Tucker. This is Kirk Franklin. And you are watching Brother Steve. And you watch Brother Steve. Brother Steve TV. Stay tuned.
From Hollywood, California, you're watching Brother Steve TV.
It's a praise jam party, yep, it's going up. Brother Steve, the Sunshine Band, that's what's up. Him and his crew, they really making stations nervous. Brother Steve deliver hits like the Postal Service. Must I remind you of his credentials? Brother Steve go hard, he go large, he's monumental. That's it, it's over. A finality, call the pallbearers, the station's buried in Cali.
360, going hard for the Lord. It's the praise jam party. Brother Steve is in charge. For all the hot exclusives and the brand new styles, tune in every week. Adjust your radio dial to the most unpredictable show on the airwaves. From the land of the stars to the home of the Braves. We go hard for the Lord. Yeah. That's how we rep Christ. We don't apologize for it. We go hard.
The gospel stage play, God's trying to tell you something, and we've got the cast members here today, and we're going to open the floor and let them say hello to you, and you can meet them, and you can say something nice. One, if you want to send them a comment, make sure you share right now. Share it now. Eloise Quincy? Is that you? Sir. What? Quincy? What? She already ran to character, right? She just started laughing right there on the spot. Quincy, how you doing all the way in Dallas, Texas right now?
Yes, sir. I'm doing well. Excited to be here and sharing on the show tonight.
You know what? We're so glad to have you on the broadcast on tonight. How you been? How's the weather in Dallas?
Would you believe it's like in the 70s?
Really?
Yes. I was shocked too.
In Dallas? The 70s?
In Dallas, yes.
What?
Yes, I just touched down about an hour ago, so I'm trying to get myself situated.
You came in from DFW quick, got that hotel, and you all sat in your room, got registered, and she's like, I ain't had those chicken fingers yet, but I'm gonna do this interview quick.
And you know I'm on my way to find some chicken, don't you know?
Oh, we're gonna find some chicken. You remember that year? I think we was in Detroit, and the GNWA was in Detroit, and it was so many people in Detroit for GNWA, McDonald's had to close down because they ran out of hamburger meat. How many times you heard McDonald's? That's right, Tiffany. They closed that. It was so I screamed and hollered. They had to close the McDonald's down because they ran out of hamburger meat. They couldn't make them. What?
Listen, because we had came into the city.
Like 20 on the mule. I mean, even the chickens in my neighbor's fish started jumping out, running, because they're like, oh, no, not today. Not this week up in here. Woo!
The gospel bird.
The gospel bird. We're saying hello to our writer, our producer, Delilah Williams, who's watching our program right now. Eloise, tell us about this great play, and I'm going to have you introduce our cast members that's here on the day. And we're going to talk about the play just a little bit, and then we're going to play something for them real quick. So, Eloise, let's do this. Let's play the commercial for Stockton, and we'll come right back.
If I were you, I'd say yes.
Coming to Los Angeles, the critically acclaimed stage play that rocked the country. It's God's Trying to Tell You Something. Coming to the Wilshire Ebell Theater for one day only. Saturday, April 22nd at 2 and 7 p.m. Tickets on sale now at Eventbrite.com and God's Trying to Tell You Something.com. See what everyone is talking about and feel the power of God. It's God's Trying to Tell You Something. Don't miss it.
Well, you know, that's the LA show. Come to LA too. I'm going to be in LA.
Right.
LA show, that show is just touring. So, Quincy, let's introduce some of the cast members that's going to be in Stockton and LA. Let's go down the list. Who you going to introduce? Who you going to bring on first today?
Let's bring on Miss Tiffany.
Miss Tiffany? Wait a minute.
She's our queen. Our African queen.
Wait a minute. It can't be the Tiffany I think it is. And yes, it
Tiffany
is.
You think it is.
Woo! Miss Tiffany, how you doing today?
I am well, Brother Steve. How are you?
I'm good. I'm glad to see you today. And you are the queen in the show. Tell us about what they're going to expect out of you. And tell us about the character real quick.
Well, you know what? The queen is really depicts where our story began in our history. And the story of people of color began with us as royalty. And so that's where we're going to start. And we're going to tell that story. We're going to tell it well. You can expect some amazing singing, some amazing acting, and the story is just going to unfold. It's going to bless you.
Yes.
Wow. That's so wonderful. What would you say to somebody who haven't seen the show that's thinking about coming to the show?
Hold on to your seats. This is a show you do not want to miss. Whatever it takes to get there, to get your seat.
You use my lines.
It's going to change your life.
Get off my line. Not using my lines. Whatever it takes to get there. Plane, skateboard, bus, Uber, kicking
if you can.
Whatever you got to do. The bird, that little thing, that little scooter going around the neighborhood. All in front of the yard and ground, leaving little scooters, man. Oh you got to get there.
Yes, sir.
Whatever you have to do. You don't want to miss it. Let me just say.
You don't want to miss it. Quincy, who else are we going to bring on our show today that's going to help us out?
We also have Teresa. She's coming on with us tonight.
Wait a minute. Not Teresa J.
There she is.
Hola, y'all.
Hola. Teresa, tell us about the character you play in the show.
I play two characters, Essie Mae, and I also play Etta James. So Etta James speaks for itself, legend, just love her. So get to pay a little honor tribute to her. And Essie Mae is actually a 16-year-old slave in the play, and she's determined to escape. Hold on,
Teresa, stop right there. How in the world can you look that young to play a 16-year-old? Now I know, now Teresa, I know about makeup and all that kind of good stuff. Because you're not aging at all, but you're playing a 16-year-old and an older woman in the same play. They're not days apart; it's within hours, minutes apart. How is that possible? A 16-year-old slave.
God is good. And so is good lighting and makeup.
Well, Teresa, give us a quick sample, real quick, of that 16-year-old.
Well, she's missing her mama, and she's not quite sure where she is. However, she knows that it's time to escape, and so she's determined to go. I feel like going on. So just a little snippet that she gets motivated.
What? Got to get to Stockton. Got to get to Stockton. Quincy, who we got next? That's going to be in Stockton, California.
We have Pastor James that's going to join us.
Not my friend from Bakersfield, the one in the studio right now. Pastor James, Doc, how you doing?
Bless you, man. I'm doing well. And yourself?
Man, so Pastor James, what's the character you're playing in the show, and why is this important to you?
So I'm playing the role of Uncle Bubba. Uncle Bubba. And Uncle Bubba is that patriarch that the group lean on from time to time for direction. And so I'm just glad to be a part of this, because I think this is a very significant piece, this stage play. I think it brings exposure, it brings education to those who have never really took the time to learn our story, and to give them a perspective where they can start to educate themselves from. And then those who do know the story, it's just refreshing to see and to hear the story of perseverance, the story of never giving up.
Is there a way you can give us a snippet of one of your lines from the show?
Yeah. What's one of my lines?
You want me to give it to you?
Who's you? I said, who's you?
The name is Harriet Tubman, that is.
Look, y'all.
I know who she is. Look, y'all. I seen her in the big house. She had shoes.
She got guns too, y'all.
Now, you know, that was ingenious, because you picked a line that everybody else who was going to character would work. And see, I was getting ready to come in and say, now who's you fooling now? Come over here with that bucket. Man.
Oh, yes.
Wow. You know, this is the best. So it gets gooder, because Quincy, you got somebody else.
Yes, we do. Last but not least, we have Gregory that's joining us tonight as well.
Wait a minute. Not Gregory.
One of my babies. We call
Gregory, welcome to the program. How you doing, Doc?
Thank you, sir. I'm doing well. I'm glad to be here.
Thank you so much, Gregory. Thanks for sharing, Gregory. Thank you, Tiffany, for sharing to your friends on the page. We'll keep on sharing. Gregory, what's the role you play in the stage play?
Well, I am a part of the ensemble cast as a slave, but I'm also a part of the finale of the play, and I play the role of the messenger, who was basically like the preacher, whose responsibility is to tell the audience what God is trying to tell them. So it's a huge part in the play, and I'm just grateful just to have that opportunity to play that role.
Let me ask you, Gregory, what makes this play different? I'm sure you've acted in as many plays before. What makes this one different?
I think what makes this play different is the fact that God is truly in the center of it.
Yes.
And he's involved in every aspect of the play. This is a God-given vision that Sister Delilah was given. And anything with God's name on it, he's going to make sure it's a success. So I think that's what sets this play apart from all the others.
Tiffany, as we know, you've been a well-known actress, not just in the Northern California area, but all over. Tell us about the production. What are people going to expect? They're going to expect to come in like we've gone to some play. I went to one play, they had like 3 chairs and a tree. And I'm like, all right, so the stage going to turn around and something else going to come out. I mean, what are we going to expect when we walk in that theater?
This is a first-class theater production. From lighting to the staging to audio, all the audiovisual, the screens, everything that is a part of a full-on professional grade production, i.e. Broadway, you can expect in this theater production. So don't come with your expectations anywhere As you said, Brother Steve, expect a quality event, an exceptional event, and expect to enjoy and have a good time. You're going to experience laughter. You're going to experience joy. You might experience pain and anger. But in it all, you are going to be blessed and changed, transformed after you see this story being told.
I'm going to start with Teresa. We're going to go Teresa, then James, then Gregory, and then Quincy, and then Tiffany. Tell me about working with Delilah. What makes her such a great producer, writer, director, and person?
Well, Delilah, she has this amazing vision, and it's literally heaven sent. She waits on the Lord, waits to hear from him for his instruction, and then she delegates what needs to happen and what needs to be done. And she's very specific. She knows what she wants to see. She knows what she wants to hear. And she makes sure that she pulls the best out of every single person that is in the cast.
Pastor James.
So I would say she's a woman of faith. And not just that she knows the Lord, but she literally walks in faith. A lot of the things that have happened for the stage play, from cities to budgeting to all of these things, have been walks of faith. And she testifies, lets us know what God is doing. Something on this scale can't be done without faith.
Brother Gregory.
Sister Delilah is a genius. I mean, she is really, really brilliant at what she does. And I've had the privilege of working closely with her for the past year and a half or so that we've been doing this play behind the scenes. And I tell you, she's in her 60s, but she does not miss a beat. So very ambitious, but I love working with her.
Wow. Tiffany.
You know, Brother Steve, she's an exceptional woman of faith. I agree with all of my castmates, but I wanted to speak to the creative side of her. Her creativity just really doesn't know any bounds. She is divinely inspired, of course, but she's always willing to push the envelope. She's willing to think and to envision telling this story in ways that have not been told before in order to reach the heart of the watcher and the viewer. And so I really celebrate her for her creative side and aspects of things.
Miss Quincy.
Well, let me see. What can I add that they haven't already said? The one thing, though, that stands out to me about Miss Delilah is the fact that she always said, although she's the writer, she's the producer, she always says, this is not Delilah's show. This show is God's. And everything that happens within this show is God ordained. He's given her the vision, and she's just leaning and depending on him to give her the direction to go. And he does. He just expands her mind, and she, like Tiffany says, she begins to create. So she doesn't call it her show. It doesn't belong to her. She says it belongs to the Lord.
Wow. Stockton, California, this weekend. Quincy, tell us about this weekend in Stockton.
Yes, we are going to be at the Delta College Warren Atherton Theater. And the awesome thing that I like about the show that is February the 26th, which is this Sunday at 4:00, but it's Black History Month.
Wow.
And so we get to tell our story. And it's no other way to kind of paint the picture than the way we paint the picture of our story, our history through this play. So Stockton, please don't sleep on it. When your friend come and tell you about this play, you're going to be bad. So you don't want nobody to have to tell you about it. You want to come see it for yourself. 4:00 on Sunday at the Delta College Warren Atherton Theater. And the tickets, all seats are $60, and they're going fast. We have a few seats left, so we want to pack the house. We want to sell it out.
Stockton, California, this week, Black History Month.
Coming to Stockton, the stage play that rocked the country.
This was the bomb.
It was really, really good.
I loved it. It was fantastic. I felt like I was on Broadway.
in celebration of Black History Month.
One show only, Sunday, February 26th.
4 p.m. at the Warren Atherton Auditorium.
Tickets on sale now at the box office.
Eventbrite.com.
And God's Trying to Tell You Something.com.
See what everyone is talking about.
And feel the power of God.
It's God's Trying to Tell You Something.
Don't miss it.
Stockton, California. That's going to be crazy, off the chain. And as you said, you don't want somebody to tell you you should have been there. So if you miss Stockton, you can come to LA.
That's right.
Los Angeles is coming to LA in April too, I understand.
Yes, we will be in Los Angeles April the 22nd. And we actually have 2 shows for Los Angeles. We're going to be at the Wilshire Ebell Theater. And our matinee is at 2 p.m. And then our evening show is going to be at 7 p.m.
Wow. It is so awesome. The gospel stage. And then this play is going to keep touring for the next couple of years, I understand. It's going nonstop. But I'm happy to announce that I'm actually coming to Stockton this weekend to see the show myself. I'm bringing my whole family.
Nice.
So I've got our ticket. We've got the ticket. We got the airlines. It's going to be wonderful getting the hotel. So I will actually come see it myself for the first time in Stockton, California, this legendary play. In closing, we're going to go around the room again, starting off with Teresa. What closing comments do you want to share with anybody out there watching our program right now to encourage them to come see this gospel stage play?
Well, it's going to be a once in a while opportunity. I'm not sure when we're going to be back in Northern California after this weekend. So we go to Southern California. And then from what I understand, we have a few more dates outside of California and we're begin our tour. So you want to catch this show because it's going to be the last one that's nearby in your hometown or hometown area that's drivable anyway. Otherwise, you're going to have to wait till we come back around again. So you want to get out there. Like everybody else said, you don't want to miss it. You don't want to hear from your friends that you missed it.
Wow. All right. Pastor James.
So if you love music, if you love, there are some of the most stellar voices that are on this stage for these performances. I mean, bar none. Standing on in their own rights, and I would put them against any other artists in gospel music, are going to be on this stage blessing you, not just vocalists, anointed vocalists. You will feel God in this play. We hope to see you there.
Wow. Gregory.
Listen, y'all don't want to miss this. I don't know how many times we got to tell y'all, you got to be there in the theater. You're going to experience the full gamut of emotions. You're going to laugh, you're going to cry, but ultimately you're going to feel the presence, the tangible presence of God in that theater.
Hey, Miss Tiffany.
There's an opportunity. I'm reminded that there are once in a lifetime opportunities that we experience. And, you know, once those opportunities are gone, you just never know. Like my sister Teresa had just said, you never know when you're going to get those back. This is an opportunity for you to experience a story that has just not been told in this way. So don't miss it. Bring somebody with you. Don't keep the blessing of this experience to yourself. Bring someone with you and watch your life be changed.
Now, Tiffany, before, thank you for those closing comments. You know, you didn't give us no lines for this whole interview. So you know what? Because of that, because of that, I'm going to sit back and wait until you give us one of your lines from the play.
Well, let's do this. That man over there, he say women's needs to be helped into carriages and carried over ditches and put in any best place anywhere. Ain't nobody ever helped me into no carriage or carried me over mud puddles or put me in any best place. And ain't I a woman.
Oh, girl, you gonna make me jump in my car. You gonna make me start walking in Stockton today. Oh my God. What a joy. Thank you, Tiffany. Miss Quincy, closing comments and words about the play.
We just want to reiterate how important it is that you don't miss this play. Yes, we're going to talk about how we were in slavery and how we were delivered out of slavery, right? So we're going to share that story, but we're not going to leave you there. We're going to pay homage to some of our legends, our favorite singers. Barry White, he coming. Michael Jackson, he coming. Etta James, she's here. And we got Sam Cooke. The folks is coming. Nat King Cole is not coming.
Louis Armstrong.
But we have, we're just going to end it with a bang. It's going to end on a high. And like I said, I would hate for somebody to have to tell me about it and then I missed it. So don't let nobody have to tell you about it. You be in the house in your own seat. Okay, because God really is trying to tell you something.
I love that. She said, you be in the house in your own seat. The gospel stage play, God's trying to tell you something, coming to Stockton, California, and in Los Angeles in April, and the tour continues around the country. So if you're watching this broadcast a couple months later, you can always go to the website. Miss Quincy, give us that website where they can get more details and information. If they want to buy a ticket, if they want to see a snippet of the show, what is the website?
Okay, y'all help me out. Don't let me mess up the website.
Tiffany, you got the website there?
Yes.
It's at www.
Go ahead.
I was going to say it's www.godstryingtotellyousomething.com.
www.godstryingtotellyousomething.com. Go there, buy your tickets, get your information, see some clips of the show, get some photographs. It was so good to see each and every one of you. I've been watching you all on those commercials, and as I was seeing the commercial now, I was like, oh, that's Tiffany in there. Oh, well, wait a minute, there's Teresa there. Hey. So I'm able to see the characters now in costume, and I can see you almost in person here, Bertie. Thank you so much for joining us on our broadcast. Stay on the line with us real quick. Just stay on the line with us real quick. And don't forget, we're on the play is also on Instagram and it's on Facebook. You can get more details there as well. Each of you stay on the line after we go off the air. It's been a joy. Don't forget the gospel stage play. God's trying to tell you something. Brother Steve from Hollywood, California, and I'll be in Stockton, California this weekend. I want to see
Brother Steve, can I just share some information on get tickets?
Yeah.
So if you go to our production is Standing Room Only Productions, and the phone number is 916-599-0029. That's 916-599-0029, and also through Eventbrite.
Can you give us that phone number?
All the shows.
Okay, can you give us that phone number one more time so if someone wants to write it down, they can catch it?
Yes, Standing Room Only Productions. Area code 916-599-0029.
All right. 0029, the last four digits. Make sure you call them up. The gospel stage play, the cast here. Everybody's waving at us right now. Thank y'all so much for joining us on our program. From Hollywood, California, Brother Steve, everybody stay online. We go.